if this video found you, then it is your time, okay? It is your time for whatever you have sown, whatever you planted in your, I call it like a mental garden, whatever you planted in your mental garden and tried to plant in others, it is now your time to harvest. We can see that through our examples and our experiences and others, that everything that we were doing in the dark is now growing. Everything you were saying about people behind their back, whether it was uplifting or detractive, it is all coming to the light. If you have been like pushing yourself and evolving and things like that, you are now starting to see opportunities in spaces that you never even thought of before. Ideas are starting to pop up into your mind. You're starting to think like, oh, maybe I should try that. And then something in the universe is confirming it. You're like, oh, okay, that was too close to be a coincidence. That was too on point to be not what I felt like it was. So, it like those things are starting to happen. And then there's another group who are like, oh, cheese, like, oh, sugar, honey, iced tea. Like, did that just happen? Because before I could just do X, Y, and Z and I would have no repercussions. So like now am I finally receiving the consequences of my actions? And yes, you are, because it appears to me to be that whatever we have put out there, we are finally getting back. We are finally reaping the benefits of our harvest and of our labor. And I think that we should. It's about darn time. It's about time that we start getting rewarded for the efforts that we've been putting in, consistently doing what we have been instructed and compelled and guided to do, consistently, even when it was frowned upon, even when it was laughed at, even when we were attacked, even when we were isolated, even when we were betrayed. We still stayed 10 toes down and kept doing as instructed. And so it seemed like we are seeing the fruits of the labor. It seemed like this time they're not going to take them out. This time we're not going to get took out before we doing what we doing. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like finally, we can go. We can finish what we started. Finally. And I don't know why it feels like internally I'm speaking about something way different than what is coming out of my mouth. Like, if those who, if you know, you know. Like, I have like this like warmth that's like literally like I feel hot right here. This has never happened before, so I don't know what's happening, but I'm sharing it as it's occurring. But anyway, look at the bangs, Chad. I love this little wig. I be calling them my hats, but sometimes it's hard to get what I'm trying to give. Whatever, it's fine enough. But anyway, I'm feeling like I feel like I've been doing something so long and it kept not being just right, and finally, like in real life too, but like in some other space, like finally it's coming together. Like, it's like, okay, I see why this had to be this way, this was that way. Like, it's all making sense. And at the same time, I'm seeing the same thing happen to other people around me who I know have been sabotaged, and I know have been targeted, and I know have had unnecessary struggles. And it seems like they are having new experiences, happier than ever, more joyful than ever, smiling. And then there are others who are on the opposite end. And you know what? Sucks to suck, because a lot of the people that I know that are having really challenging experiences have been mean, have been very, very mean, have been darn near bullies, to be honest, and that would be being nice, have been spiteful, hateful, evil, straight up evil. Like, let's just call a man a man, let's just call it what it is. Evil, some evil MFers, and it seems like they are finally getting their just dues based on their scatteredness, based on their so like, this is your time, man. This is my time. This is your time. This is everybody's time to get what you put out there. Finally, you finna see some stuff, I think, and I'm feeling like some stuff is going to shock you when you figure out what happened or what they received. You might not ever fully know what they did, but you gonna know what happened and what the result was. And you, me, we're going to see new things, experiences, and opportunities where we didn't see it before. Suddenly things are just going to start clicking, and it's going to be like, wow, it's making sense. It's making sense. And it's making sense. It's making sense, and it's making sense. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It's making sense of all kinds. So, you know, and like, people are be shocking me too, because sometimes I be talking to people and they're like, you know, I never even thought about giving back to someone once I got on. I just was thinking about doing for me. And I'm like, come on now. That's the problem. Everybody just want to get on to stunt. Get on to stunt. Unless I'm not saying don't stunt on them. If you need to stunt on them, fine. If they was spitting on you, stunt on them. But you don't got to stunt on everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm getting on, it's not just because I want to live La Vida Loca. It's because I want to fix some things. There's a lot of stuff that could be fixed in different communities. There's a lot of stuff that could be evolved, and that could grow, and that could change. And you know, who, as Kanye says, who the kids gonna listen to? I guess me. If it isn't you, they got the dropout keeping kids in the school. You know what? That's interesting. That's interesting. You know, and he's right though, because you know, if you don't be the person that you want other people to have, you don't be the change that you want to see. Start with the man in the mirror. Start with you. You know, and you have been. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it feels like, you know, you're doing all this stuff. You fighting all these battles. You're putting up with all this nonsense. You still pushing through, and you're still getting the short end of the stick. And you know what that's hard to notice is, like, you have to really not be around people that do that to you too. Like, it's much, much easier to make strides and to have success when you're not around people who keep effing you up every time you get feeling good. They come around and they effing you up again. Come around and doing too much again. You know, you can't get nowhere because every time you get there, they pulling you back. You wonder why you're not winning the race. It's because you don't even have a chance to get out, put shoes on, and go do it. Because every time you do, they pull you back. But you done cut them people off long ago. And you keep it that way, because they're going to start reaching out more and more and more as the heat boils up. People that, like Water Starbucks on her song, people that do horrible stuff to others, they can't take it when it's done to them. They can't take it when the same stuff that they did finally comes back around. Don't be the dummy who goes back. Don't be Batman trying to save Joker. Batman is a glutton for punishment, because if he stopped trying to save Joker from himself, perhaps he could eliminate Joker once and for all. Then I guess there'd be no franchise. But the point is, you are not Captain Save-A-Ho. Okay? You save yourself. Okay? And you eliminate the Jokers out of your life. You eliminate the Batman if you're the Joker as well. Someone gotta go. And I'm not talking about literally. Like, please do not misunderstand me. I'm not talking about literally. This is a show. Okay? I'm talking about emotionally, energetically. You remove the detractors out of your life on the space that doesn't require, or you know, would not result in you going to jail. I'm not advocating that. What I'm saying is, stick to your guns. Because those people that have tried to tear you down, that have tried to hurt you, they are coming back. They are attempting to reach you. They are attempting to remind you of the good old days. Don't go chasing waterfalls. That MFO was an MFO before, and they're a bigger MFO now. And they just want to come around you so perhaps you can get whatever's on them off. No, those days are over. Those days are over. The Joker keeps wanting to bomb stuff. Let that MFer fall off the bridge then. Fine. I ain't coming to help. No. Those days are over. Because imagine what Batman could have done if he wasn't fighting Joker all the time. He was a billionaire and ain't build one school. He was a billionaire and ain't stopped one person from being hungry. He went to parties, chased women, and beat up quote-unquote bad guys, but never actually solved the problem. He was just a vigilante, and I love Batman, so I'm not saying it from a hater space, but if you really think about it, Batman was miserable. And I wonder how much happier his life would have been had he just let the Joker hang himself. If the Joker want to keep doing weirdo stuff and he almost falls into another vat of acid, oh well. I'm not getting him off that thing just so he can try to throw me in there. I'm going to save you, and I come out to try to help pull you out the water and you end up drowning me. I don't think so. I don't think so. So you have to remember that, because the day is coming. The day is coming that you're going to wake up and be like, oh, wow. So this was why I did all this? Oh, okay. You know, we're starting to cook with fire out this MFer. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see them apples come up off that tree. You know what I'm saying? Because this bamboo was great, but I'm starting to see them apples. I'm starting to see them apples on that tree. Because once that apple tree bloom, they used to say, like when I was playing Monopoly as a child, they say, just don't let me get a set of houses. Because if I get my 3 houses, it's a wrap for the game. That was true. If I got my color set, it was a wrap. And it was over. It was over. It was over from there. It was over. It was over. Don't let me get my color set or it's a wrap. So, you know, the color set has been achieved for you, for me. We've achieved the color set. Now it's just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time and continued effort. And you're going to be eating them apples. Don't let you get an apple tree up in there. Don't let your garden bloom, but it's blooming. You're starting to see, like, okay, all right, I see the babies, but now you got to continue to watch your hard work. You can't let the rabbits come up in there and eat all the carrots off the ground. You can't let the birds come up in there and take all the dang on blueberries and blackberries and raspberries. You got to protect what you got. You can't let the bugs come up in there. You need to put that cinnamon on there. Put that cinnamon on that plant. Protect what you created. Protect your harvest. Because they're going to come after you. They're going to come, oh, help me. And then you go help them. You come back, all your food gone because they stole it from you. And then they're going to laugh looking at you, calling you broke. Because they came up and effed you up. Don't let them back in, partner. Let them figure it out. Because when you ain't had nowhere to go, what did they do? When you ain't have nowhere to be, and people say, oh, forgive and forget. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in forgive and forget. I don't forget anything. I might move on from it, you know, and I might not be mad about it. I might just be like, whatever, it is what it was. It was what it was. But I don't forget it. And I don't forgive everybody. I decide what I forgive. I decide who I forgive. And I don't forgive everyone. There are people that I feel have done things that I consider to be unforgivable. And I will not just lower myself to be forced to forgive someone that I don't forgive because somebody somewhere told me that I was supposed to. I don't care what you say. I don't have to forgive a gosh darn thing. And that's just what it is. And you're stupid if you do that. You're stupid to be like, oh, well, this person did it, but you know, I forgive them and I'm going to forget. And so then when they turn around and do that same stuff to you the dumb one, because you the one who keep letting them do it. You are stupid to do that. And I usually don't say stuff like that, but that's true. That's how strongly I feel about it. Because if you stop and think about it, if you just keep forgiving and forgetting people over and over and over again, why would they stop effing with you? Why? How are you going to grow? How are you going to establish boundaries if everything someone does to you, you just got to forgive them for it and forget so then they can do it again? No. That's why when he said that certain things are a choice, certain things are a choice like that. You choose to allow people to disrespect you at some point. At some point, it's a choice. So remember who you are, remember who they are, and keep certain people away from you. Everyone does not deserve to be around you. And if you want to eat and you want to enjoy all of the hard work that you've done and all of the effort that you put in, remember that when that person comes around knocking. Remember all of the hard work you put in to get to where you're about to eat, and do not waste it. Because it's going to be a long winter for those who it's winter, and it will be a fruitful long spring if it's spring. But if you let winter in, it's going to be a long winter. period. Because this is where we are. This is what it is. So remember who you're dealing with and do not let them back in. Anyone who's not on the boat at this point is not coming. Anyone who's not on the ship already flying away somewhere else is getting left. That's what it is. Now, if you decide to leave the comfort of your own space, your own garden, your own path, and try to go save someone who's just going to come and F your stuff up, that's your business and that's your prerogative. But just know it's going to be a long winter. So, you got to cut them MFers off. Please like this video, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about it. Bye.